There was a man who was sick and tired of going to work every day while his wife stayed home. And he wanted her to see what he goes through every day. And so he prayed to God saying, God, I go to work every day and put in 8 hours while my wife just stays at home. I want her to know what I go through every day. So can I make this request? Please allow her body to switch with my body for a day. Amen. God, in His infinite wisdom, granted the man's wish. The next morning, sure enough, the man awoke as a woman. He arose, cooked breakfast, awakened the kids, set out their school clothes. He fed them breakfast, packed their lunches, drove them to school. On his way home, he remembered that he had to go to the bank to pay the bills. Then he went grocery shopping, then drove home to put away the groceries. Then he cleaned the cat's litter box and bathed the dog. Then it was already 1 p.m. He hurried to make the beds and did the chores: laundry, vacuuming, dusting, sweeping, and mopping the floor. He then ran to school to pick up the kids. He set out milk and cookies and got the kids organized to do their homework. Then he set up the ironing board and watched TV while he ironed the clothes. At 5 p.m., he began peeling potatoes and washing vegetables for salad. He breaded a pork chop and prepared hot soup for supper. After supper, he cleaned the kitchen, folded the laundry, bathed the kids, and finally he put them to bed. At 9 p.m., he was so exhausted. And though his daily chores were not yet finished, he went to bed where he was expected to make love, which he managed to get through without complaint. You're laughing, huh? The next morning, he awoke and immediately he knelt by the bed and prayed, Lord, I don't know what I was thinking. I was so wrong to envy my wife's being able to stay home all day. Please, oh please, let us trade back. And the Lord in His infinite wisdom replied, My son, I feel that you already have learned your lesson. And why not? I will be more than happy to change things back the way they were. However, you will just have to wait for 9 months more. Because you got pregnant last night. What's the point of the story? Sometimes, in order for us to understand what another person is going through, we need to wear their shoes, to feel what they feel, experience what they are experiencing. And then, the way we see them and the way we see ourselves, in fact, change. And then we become more considerate and more compassionate, and in fact, less judgmental. I started with this because I think this is what happened to Joseph in our gospel tonight. You know the story. Joseph and Mary were already betrothed to each other, which means in a few months or in a year, he could bring home Mary. But Mary got pregnant, and Joseph could not understand how it happened. But one thing was for sure, the child was not his child. Perhaps Joseph was also asking, why Mary? How could you do this to me? Joseph could not understand Mary's situation. He could not understand Mary. And so he decided to divorce her quietly though. But an angel of the Lord spoke to him in a dream and explained to him everything. And notice how the angel explained everything in a very detailed manner, as if there was a movie playing before Joseph, showcasing what truly happened to Mary. And I see this as the Lord making Joseph understand Mary's situation by showing him what truly happened and what Mary truly experienced that night. And because of that, Joseph changed his perception of Mary, but also he changed his perception of himself. Beautiful, isn't it? How at times putting ourselves in another person's situation paves the way for understanding. There is a word that is synonymous to this. The word is empathy. Daniel Pink, New York Times bestseller, says, empathy is about standing in someone else's shoes, feeling with his or her heart, seeing with his or her eyes. And he continues, empathy is hard to outsource, but empathy makes the world a better place. I think, my dear friends, this is a very important lesson that every family here should understand, especially children of our parents who are here. Please realize that parenting is a difficult responsibility. Imagine your parents trying to balance their time for work, but also their time for you, to spend time with you. But our parents also get tired. In as much as you get tired from your daily activities, our parents also get tired. And when they come home and they see you fighting, and they see you messing up at home, that adds up to their difficulties. Why don't you sometimes put yourself in the situation of your parents, wear their shoes, and hopefully that would make you more considerate of your parents, more compassionate towards them, and even less judgmental. But this is also a very important lesson that every couple should understand. My dear husbands, my dear wives, your spouse also gets tired. While it is true that they are responsible to take care of you, but your spouse may also have some personal issues, personal struggles that he or she is dealing with. And in as much as you get tired, your spouse also gets tired. And so it would help if you put yourself sometimes in your spouse's situation, wear his or her shoes, and hopefully that would make you more understanding, more considerate of your spouse's feelings, more compassionate towards him or her, and even less judgmental. But come to think of it, my dear friends, isn't this what Christmas is all about? God wearing our shoes. He becomes man like us, journeys with us, walks here on earth like us, experiencing what we are experiencing in this earthly life. And why? Not to understand us, because even up there in heaven, God already understands us. Even up there in heaven, He knows human dynamics, but He chose to become man like us and wear our shoes because He wants to send us that beautiful message that He truly understands us. Isn't that consoling? Isn't that a cause for joy? Isn't that the reason why Christmas is merry? Because we have a God who understands us perfectly. Because He wears our shoes. This is very consoling, especially to those who may be going through life's difficulties. You know, sometimes when we are hitting rock bottom, we feel that no one cares, no one understands. We feel that we are alone in this journey. But the message of Christmas is this: no, you are not alone, because God is with you. No, it is not true that no one understands, because someone understands. God understands. He's been there. He was born in a lowly manger. And so when you find yourself in a very, very low state, you have a God here who experienced being there. And so He understands you and He cares for you. You are not alone in this journey. There is a song by Michael Jackson that captures this whole story. The story of a man who was left by his beloved. And so he asked himself, every day I sit and ask myself, how did love slip away? Something whispers in my ear and says, you are not alone. I am here with you. Though you're far away, I am here to stay. My dear friends, someone, not something, whispers in our ears saying, you are not alone. God is with you. He is called Emmanuel, God with us, to tell you and assure you, someone cares, someone understands, God understands. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas, everyone.